What does it take to make your team and your partners and your kids or your significant other happy? Well, there's lots of things that probably come to your mind. You might give your team a day off for reaching a grade target or a bonus. Or you might think your family feels really happy when you go on vacation together or when you spend time with them. I mean, really, really focus on them and not anything else that you have going on in life. And that might be all true, but there's something far more powerful that I want to share with you in this episode of Built to Grow. Hey, I know that this is totally off topic from what our normal topics of building companies and scaling profits and pretty much everything else that we talk about here. But bear with me for a moment, because this one concept trumps them all. And it's really something that can change the foundation of every relationship you have in life. Not just business, but family and friends too. I mean, everything. So over the years, I've always tried to make people around me feel good. I wanted them to get value from our time together. So I've made it my mission, I've made it a study to find out what every important person in my life values. And one stands out more than anything else. And it's not anything that anybody ever asked for. It's just something that I did that brought such great response from the person that I gave it to, that I started doing it over and over and over again with everybody that I love in every area of my life. And I remember about a year ago, I shared this at a mastermind that I was hosting, and I could tell that some people really took it to heart. I mean, some people, it just went over their head because they were there just to grow and scale and do these other great monetizing things. But some people took it to heart, which was great because I knew the power that this has in it. And then just coincidentally, a few days ago, I was talking to one of the CEOs who was at that mastermind, and they went into this entire story about how what I shared with them literally saved their relationship. So what is this, right? What is the thing that I keep talking about? Well, more than anything else, including bonuses to my team, including everything, more than anything else, a simple letter to them from me detailing specifically what makes them such a valuable part of the team is what's valued most, and it's what people remember. And it's a memory that lasts forever for them. And the positive change that it makes in them is noticeable immediately. Now, I've done this with almost everyone on my team multiple times and consistently across the board every year at our annual meetings. When we ask people what they like most about the previous year, almost unanimously, they say the letters that I've written them. And it's not that I write letters every single day or that they expect them from me. But if somebody does an amazing job and far exceeds my expectations, if I have the time, I let them know in a short handwritten card. Or if it's the end of the year, I might write them each, like everybody on my leadership team, I might write them each a letter. Right? A full letter. And that might take half a day out of my time. But the results we get are staggering. Now, why? Why do you think that is? Because people are driven more by honest recognition than anything else in business. And when you take the time out of your hectic day to write someone a letter, it means a lot. It means a lot to them. It exudes from them. And here's another way that we use this that's made our teams far closer than any team building camp that you could ever go to. At the end of our annual meetings, everyone gets a small pile of blank index cards. So let's say you have 10 people on your team. Everybody would get a pile of index cards, right? They'd get a pile of 10 index cards, one for every person around there. And then you'd spend the next 30 minutes or so in silence while everybody writes something positive about each person in the room. So I would write one thing on one card about Amy, and I'd write something else very positive on a card for Jonathan, and one for Alex, and so on and so on and so on. And before the meeting ends, everybody would take their pile of cards and they would pass their cards out to the right person. So when we leave, Amy would have a stack of cards all written to her from her coworkers about what they feel makes her a valuable team member or a special person, or maybe it was something that she did that year that really helped that other team member in the room. Now, our team, I swear, our team saves those cards for years. And they look at them every once in a while when they feel that they need more energy. I mean, I see people pulling them out of their desks every once in a while and reading them probably at least once a month. It's powerful. It makes people a team, and it costs you literally nothing to do. But what if you suck at writing? I mean, I wasn't born a good writer. And being able to show somebody that you value them in a short letter takes practice. It takes a lot of practice. So I really suggest that you start with people who this is going to have the greatest impact on in your life. It's your family. So write maybe your better half a real heartfelt letter detailing truthfully what you love most about them and how they make you feel. Tell them how their support makes you a better person, how you literally recharge when you touch them. Just speak from your heart. I do this with Sheila every single time I write a card. Like every time I write a card to her, I take time and I make sure that the words that I use make me feel closer to her before I write them, because I know that when I get myself into that state of mind, I'm speaking from the heart and she feels it. And then just leave that card or that letter where they'll find it so that they could have time to read it in private. And if you have kids, they're next. And the bonding that you feel from your kids after they read those letters is going to change everything for the better for you. And when you do this with your employees, focus on their core strengths. Tell them how the team is stronger because that they're part of it, and how the extra effort that they put in is seen by everybody, right? Employee letters, they don't have to be long, they can be short, but they are a powerful way to reward your team members who excel. So how else do you think you could use this in your company? But think about it. Let it just sink in there for a second. How else do you think you could use this tactic? Tell me in the space below, and then subscribe to this channel so that you're first to get access to our next video.
No matter what stage of growth you're at, we all need an unbiased review of what's working and also what might not be working anymore in our business. Because the greatest cause of stagnation in any company, the reason most companies hit plateaus in their growth, is because they fail to see the roadblocks that stop momentum in its tracks.